Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 271 of Soul with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I am Weston Pugh, and today we're going to go over into the cliff and talk about 408 Trinity River Circle.
It's really a great house. And in our second segment, we're going to talk about what's more important, your interest rate or your appreciation.
So, you know what's funny is I had a dream I bought this place.
Oh, really?
Last night I woke up and I was like, I just had this because it fits. You'll understand when you see this property. It's pretty stunning and it's priced amazingly.
It really is.
This is great. So, hey, you know what we want to do? We want to share with you, if you're from Dallas, it's really important to kind of get out and see new areas. But if you're not, let's talk about some of the things that are happening right now. And so this time, we thought we'd take a slant, and we're going to call all yogis. That's Jeff, because if you know Jeff, you know Jeff is a yogi at heart. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. This man is basically a contortionist.
Call it Ask Tamara.
Tamara! All right, so let's take a look at what the first thing that we're talking about. So this is Yoga Fest. And this has actually happened June the 21st to the 23rd. So you've got a little bit of time to get ready for this. But I thought this is a really interesting full concept. It's going to take 2 or 3 days. It's at the temple in Allen. That's the Rahid Krishna.
Radha Krishna.
And it's got both yoga,
Krishna.
meditation, health conscious, heart, and also cooking. And I think the cooking, I would be really interested in this.
I would too.
Yoga's my tough one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
We need to get better at it.
I do need to get better at it. I was really going for a while, and then that one yogi kind of threw me off. Like,
Tell us. No, don't tell us.
I'm not going to tell you that story.
Let's be.
Anyway, the next place is the Dallas Yoga Center. I've not also been here. I have been here to this center. It's on right across the street from Whole Foods. That is at the corner of Lomo Alto and Lemon.
So one of the interesting things about this is they have 8 different classes that are taught almost every day, but this is also one that does getaways. Mm-hmm. And so they're called full immersions. And so they've got one here that goes to the sacred North India. They have another one if you want to stay a little closer and only a 2-hour Southwest flight to Riviera Maya in Mexico.
Interesting.
So a lot of really good things.
That's really interesting. I don't know that I've ever known anybody that's gone on a yoga retreat. It's funny, I see it on TV shows, usually.
Yes, you do.
But
the girl that Heath dated for a while, her name will come to me. She went on a treat for it. And for the ones who just kind of want to dabble in it, we've got this one for you. So Clyde Warren Park is a highway park, and it is amazing if you haven't been there. This one is actually taught on Sunday at 8:45 this week, and it is hosted by the gym. And it's called Sweat and Sculpt. And guess who's going to be teaching it?
Code of Wellness.
Well, look at you reading the cards so perfectly.
But that does seem like it would be a great time to do yoga on a Sunday morning. That park is absolutely beautiful. And, it's this time of year, you get out there at 8:45 and it's still 75, 70, high 70s.
It's a perfect temperature because it's warm enough to allow your body to stretch, but not die of sweat and then have a wipeout
and freeze
on your mat.
So we want to talk about Market Watch. Let's talk about what's been going on in Dallas County for the last week. This compares week over week just in the Dallas County, and our coming soons are up 30%. Now, that is the status that properties can go into when they go into MLS, and we love to see that they're up because more inventory means we're going to continue to work our way toward a more balanced market. The new active listings were down about 5%. That is a combination of those moved from coming soon to active and those that are just put right into the active status. But there were 563 new active listings last week. And homes that went into the option period were down 39%. There were still 324 that went into the option period. Option period is the first status of a contract that you go into, usually where the buyer and the seller are agreeing on condition.
And then once a contract has survived option period and all parties are happy, well, not always happy, but all parties have agreed, it moves into pending. Last week we had, I think, up 29 in the option period, which meant we were going to see a high bump in the pending. So we're up 11. That was to be expected. And that's up 130, or is 136, which is up 14. We've also seen end of month closing starting to show up. So we're at plus 10% over last week, which is 356 units that have closed. We expect to see this number also gain traction next week as well. That might actually be a little off, just given the fact that we're about to go into a Memorial Day weekend, which could have a little bit of an impact. But what's the bright spot on this entire market watch is that for the first time, I guess we should have done that number, the first time, we'll just say in a long time, there is a 6 in front of the current mortgage rate. So it's currently 6.954, and that's for conforming, that's down 0.09%. But anyway, we'll take it. It's a 6. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
This information is from Optimal Blue. Take a look at that. You'll get a lot of information about other rates as well.
So let's talk about our home this week.
So 408 Trinity River Circle is in the zip code of 75203. And this is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. And it is 2-car garage, just over 2,200 square feet, and priced at $675,000.
And this is really, it's just right off the Trinity River levee, which is such a great location if you work downtown, if you work somewhere in Oak Cliff, if you work in Arlington, if you work at either of the airports. Super simple to get around here. You've got great access to 30, great access to Interstate 35. Again, you've got a lot of those cross streets that go through Oak Cliff. Davis Boulevard will go all the way over to Loop 12 if for some reason there's a wreck on I-30 that's going to get in your way.
Mm-hmm. It's also really easy to get, take Hampton, cross into Inwood, and get to the Parkland, UT Southwestern. Hey, Zach, if you'll just zoom in right quick into that map, I want to show you guys one of the very interesting things about this is because of the way it's situated so close to the actual levee, there is nothing that obstructs your view of downtown. And at the very end, you don't want to miss this. We're going to show you some amazing views and video that we took from this balcony. So this is a really great one. Some of the things in the area that locals love to do. Jeff, you want to tell us about the first one?
Lucia Dallas. Now this is a restaurant that has been open for several years now. They are a very, very small restaurant. They are, I wouldn't call them fine dining, but I would call them really good dining. You don't have to be dressed up to go in there. Their service, I've only been there one time, but we went there a couple of weeks ago. And you have to make reservations a month in advance. They only open up reservations for the next 30 days, the month prior. And if you're not one of those first few people that makes those reservations, you have to, they do have some seating at the bar that is first come, first serve, but it's not always available.
It is not always available, but there also is a really good picture that you have from here.
I did. This is one of my friends' groups that we all went, Jimmy on the left-hand side. In the middle, it was his birthday, and then his wife, Corey, Adrian, and then Kavita sitting next to me. We had a blast. We had
What
an
else do
absolute
all
blast.
those people have in common?
They have all bought or sold homes through us.
That's right. Turning friends into clients and clients into friends. Jeff, you make my heart warm. All right, so let's also talk about the Trinity Skyline Trail. So Trinity Skyline Trail is really unique because it has 4.6 miles, both for hiking and biking. You can park at the Trammell Crow Park, and that will give you a really great view of downtown as well. Backdrop is wonderful. It is a beautiful way to get out and see the city. People always say there's nothing to do outdoors. I beg to differ. Dallas is really taking this trail situation seriously. And I mean that because they're about to actually be able to connect this Skyline Trail to the Santa Fe Trail at 8th and Corneth, and also to the Trinity Strand. There is about to be a full circle that will include White Rock Lake and go all the way up to North Haven and make this giant loop or inside of Dallas. I
think I was reading the other day that we are about to have 350 miles of connected trails.
That's got to be on someone's bucket list to do.
Yeah, this has been something that's been, Dallas has been working on for a really long time, and like every other major city and every other major issue, it's taken a long time to get where they are today. It wasn't without some hiccups along the way, but I think that that it shows a lot about the city of Dallas that we have put a trail bridge across one of our major arteries.
Yes.
I mean, I wasn't really sure that would ever happen.
That just shows the commitment to this.
Absolutely.
So one of the other things that we like to do in this area, Manhattan Project Beer Company. So this is actually picked up by some of Central Market, HEB. I also carry this. That's how I first found out about this. But what's really great is they have a scratch kitchen that's open also for lunch. They have 20 beers, and they also serve coffee, which is really great if you're not into the beer. Though they actually have one of my favorite beers there, It is the oh, it'll come to me. I'll think about it. It's a really great lager. They also have live music on Thursday and Sunday.
Wow. We've been there. Our friends group that goes out on Wednesday nights for beer, we've been there several times before, and it's really been good. We went there a couple of times during COVID. They were really great about handling that. But, the beer's good, the food's good. Excellent place.
Excellent place. So let's jump in now and let's talk about 408 Trinity River Circle.
So this is a really fantastic 3-story townhome, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, built in 2006, and it's got really, really great walkout. This is on the end of a building, and you've got your own private little gated yard there, so if you've got a little pup or something, you could, bring them outside there. This is right across from the dog park, so you have about 20 more steps to go to the dog park.
I thought it was really thought out. I love the way this floor plan, floor plan I believe was built in 2008 or home. It's great, and it stood the test of time. Downstairs you've got this office space that is excellent with nice transom windows, and then upstairs this floor plan works. I think this is why I dreamed that I bought this place, is because I love the way this whole area sits, and I love the windows.
It feels very, advanced urban, mature urban. And, this was an area that was started in, the neighborhood down there was started about 17 years ago. And it kind of struggled with its footing in the beginning, but these have really taken off. There have been new developments that have been done around them. I love this little step down from the kitchen and dining into the living room. Quartz countertops, tile backsplashes, gas range, the double door refrigerator. The kitchen's really fitted very well.
I also like the fact that all these windows that we see are floor to ceiling, and they also have the blinds that are top down, so you can either lower them from the top or raise them from the bottom. It just creates the privacy that you need. As you can see here, there's not a lot of obstruction of view. Gas cooktop there with a little window that looks over towards that dog park, which is great. But it's an eat-in kitchen from the bar, but it also has a great dining area as well. The dining area was really pretty big, as you can see here. You can get a table much larger than 4. You can easily seat 8 here in this area if you'd like to. But it just has a really great light and bright. The window space is excellent. I also like the fact that the actual architectural detailing on the ceiling kind of frames and holds the acoustics really well in that living room area.
And I love you have the open staircase going up. These are really quality metal handrails that go up. These are not the wire type like you see in a lot of properties. And I love the floor to ceiling windows when you get up to the 3rd floor.
So this is bedroom number 2, and this is one, again, great light, as you can see here. And then this is the master, and that is actually a couch right there in the foreground on the left-hand side to kind of give you perspective of how large this is. 4 windows here, great light, just a really easy room to wake up to. And I think that I just love that warmth that this room has.
And the bathroom's done beautifully. It has the double sink vanity. You've got the hydro tub there built in, the frameless glass shower stall, big mirrors. It's fitted very beautifully.
This also has a skylight in it that you don't
That's correct.
actually have a photograph. Speaking of skylight, this is from the balcony, and that skylight right there is directly below in the master shower.
Interesting.
It's not shower, but it's
right.
not in the shower, in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
So this is a Trex flooring that's used out here and has excellent views of downtown. 2 different areas, one for dining, one for seating. Gas is also available here, and wonderful views on this place.
Really is. This is kind of the skyline view that we took while we were up there the other day, and these are the looking off to the kind of the north, and here's where you really get into the pretty skyline view. There's the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge, and there's the Reunion Tower, Bank of America Tower. It's really, really spectacular.
Probably the best place to watch fireworks in town. So this is 408 Trinity Circle. It's a 2-bedroom plus study, 2 full, 1 half bath, 2-car garage, built in 2006, just over 2,200 square feet, priced at $675,000, and that is $299.47 a square foot. is amazing.
It really is. So if you'd like to see any of the other pictures that we didn't include in this, just click on the links below. If you'd like to go out and take a look at the property, let us know that as well. And we'd like to say thank you to Melissa O'Brien for letting us talk about her home today.
And with that, we'll be right back.
Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pugh, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you missed the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. It's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi everybody, welcome to the second segment, episode 271 of Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we thought it'd be really important and timely if we talked about what is more important. Is it rate or is it appreciation? And that's home appreciation, right?
Yeah, yes.
So
It's really interesting because I think, the consumer mindset is getting away from thinking that 3% rate's ever going to come back, but there is a large portion of people, I think, sitting on the sidelines, and then there's, I think, a lot of people that are in an existing home that might not fit what they need right now, and they need to move up or they need to move down, but they're still kind of locked in that mindset of lower interest rates.
Right.
And so
I was just going to say, don't glaze over if you think we're about to get really heady and talk numbers. This is a really short segment, but the impact and the numbers are going to be really easy for you to follow along. So let's get started and talk about this.
So the first slide we wanted to talk about is just comparing some payments between same loan amount, same term, only interest rate of 7% where we're at today, and 6% where people think we're going to be probably toward the end of the year. And the payment on the 7% rate is $26.61 a month. That's principal and interest. And then on a 6% loan, it's a monthly payment of $23.98.
And so that is a difference of $263. And we're going to see in this slide right here how we kind of carry that forward. And what we also want to do is kind of stretch this out and say if it's $263 a month, which is nothing to sneeze at, but it's not like $800. That times 12 is actually $3,156. So that would be the yearly difference of almost $3,200 a year. And so that's something to think about.
But if you look at if you look at how property has been appreciating, just even over the last year, the next slide we're going to look at is from April of 2023, and this shows the median sales price, Dallas County single family homes, $366,000. And then if we jump forward to April of 2024,
so what we're going to take and see is that the prices have gone up 5.3%, and that's $385,530, and that's a jump. That could be a qualifying deal for first-time home buyers. But this is where the math in the next slide gets really interesting when we really start to dive into it, and this is what the title of the show was about.
So the median home price has jumped from $366 to $385, which means in 1 year, you have appreciation of roughly $19,530.
So here's where we're going to compare the amount between 7% to 6% is $3,000. But the difference in that sales price or the market value is $19,530. And that is the big takeaway. $3,200 or almost $20,000.
Yes.
That is a big big jump in that.
So think about that as you begin to continue to evaluate whether it's time for you to buy a home or not. Don't get caught up in the short-term numbers. Think of it as long-term gain. Real estate is always one of the best wealth generators out there.
Absolutely. And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be your realtors for life.